Let's take a look at how each of these categories contributes to your overall grade. One of the main benefits of specifications grading is that I can set an appropriate standard for different categories. So for instance, learning modules, the expert TA homework, and participation have somewhat of a high standard for each letter grade, because those are things that either are more participation based or where you have lots of attempts to get things right. Right, so that's mainly graded on, did you take the time to thoughtfully complete everything? For the explainer videos and interviews and the quizzes, the standards are a bit relaxed because those are things that are a little bit more challenging. Right, so I can lower the standards there and make that a little bit easier to achieve. And in each of these categories, I'll also drop your lowest grade so that if you really mess up on something or you get behind on a particular week, it's not going to ruin your grade. Now, each of these categories is taken into account. So for instance, let's look at this student who earns A's on all of the sort of participation things, the learning modules, but is in the B level on the explainer videos and on the quizzes. So the way that this works, and this is explained in the syllabus, the PDF version, that your base grade is you take whatever category has the lowest letter grade. Right? So in this case, that's a B. But because the student did better than that in the three other categories, that bumps it up to a B+. So that would be the grade going into the final. And then the final project can affect your letter grade or your overall grade by one increment. So if that student has a B+ going into the final, if they get an A on the final, they get an A- in the class. If they get a B on the final, they keep that B+, and if they get a C or lower, all it does is drop them down to a B. The one thing that you have to keep in mind with specifications grading is that you can't really just skip out on a particular category. So here's a student who does pretty well in all the categories, but chooses not to or forgets to do a lot of the expert TA homework, right? Or maybe this is somebody who never does things on time, never leaves enough time to get help when needed. So they have a D in that category. So despite all their other good work, the D in the category means that they're going into the final exam with a D+ in the class. So the other thing you have to realize about specifications grading, you have to keep your standards up in each of the categories. Right? So don't get behind on any of those categories. So this is a student who really, with a bit more focus, should be getting a B+, or a B and maybe a B+ after the final. They have a D+, and then the best they can do after the final would be a C-. Right? So it's important to keep up on all of these categories in the class.